Welcome to Shop Talks, a production of a wonderful organization called Impressions that puts on this trade show and has a magazine as well. And the InKitchen.com, which is a free source of information online that you can check out. And our other sponsors are Alpha Broder, Los Angeles Apparel, Stalls Transfer Express, Lane 7, and SPSI. So we're going to talk about promotional products today, and in particular about what someone would be in for if they were a decorator and wanted to start selling promotional products, which is a really good idea in my estimation. May not be for everyone, but let's talk a little bit about it. We have Kevin McGee from ASI and Colette from PPAI. Forgot your last name, William.
That's okay, Williams, Colette Williams.
Colette Williams from PPAI. And those are the two main organizations in the field of promotional products. A lot of people are members of both, as we are. And a lot of people attend their shows, which I have attended both of their shows. And so let's talk a little bit about what a decorator might have going for them that would make them also successful at selling promotional products.
Thanks, Rick. Actually, ASI and PPAI, we actually give decorators the ability to really be a one-stop shop, essentially. So it allows them to offer other items that need to be imprinted that they don't currently do in-house, but they can outsource to different suppliers that actually can do the imprint for them and drop ship the order to their client, and they're making a significant profit margin on the order. So it allows them to really handle everything in addition to what they're currently doing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think too, as a entrepreneur, sometimes we can hit a plateau because what happens is we know what we know, but we don't always know what we don't know. And so what happens is when you tap into the power of promotional products, it allows you to really get creative and think outside the box and to really pair your offerings with new ideas and innovations to really offer a different package or a different product or an extension of a product line to your current clientele. So it allows you to really just build up on what you already have going and add some green to that bottom line. That's what we all want, right?
I agree, Colette. I agree. I mean, if you think about it, you're in business to make money, ideally, right? I mean, that's the reason why you go into
Some
business.
days, yes. Other days, no.
So if people are coming to you and asking you for certain items that you don't currently do, and you can't do that, they're going to go to someone else that can. They're not going to say, well, okay, I guess I don't want to get this product or this item. And who's to say that that individual that can provide that to them doesn't also do embroidery or screen printing or sublimation or whatever type of imprinting method that you do. So it's a great way to really retain your customer base. You work so hard to get those customers. So you're retaining those customers as well as helping them out. They're coming to you for everything, and you're driving in more revenue stream for yourself.
100%.
So I think a lot of people, despite how huge the promotional product industry is, it's not really transparent to the outsider how big it is or what's involved. So you want to talk, each of you, a little bit about like maybe how many vendors there are and what kind of products and what they're getting into, really.
Sure. I'll start off here. Obviously, the last couple years have seen a dip with the whole pandemic. But prior to 2020, 2019 was actually record-breaking. It was about $25.7 billion industry.
That's with a B, right?
That's with a capital B.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
$25 billion. So it's a very large industry, and of course, everyone saw the floor fall from underneath them in 2020. PPE really kind of stabilized the promotional product industry in 2020 with masks, hand sanitizers, and so forth. And then things have really started to trend upwards, where as of the end of the second quarter this year, it's right around $23.5 billion. And we've seen record growth over the last first and second quarter this year. As far as product line, it's really everything you can possibly think of that you can imprint a logo on. There's over 1 million choices of products, over 3,000 vendors that can actually help you in providing these items to your clients. So it's a very lucrative opportunity for you as a business owner.
It's kind of mind-blowing, actually. I remember the first, I think, PPAI show I went to, and wow, baseball bats, right? If you want to make custom imprinted baseball bats for your client to give out, you can have baseball bats made. You can have,
anything you want.
I mean, I think you think normally of, honestly, the first thing I thought of was crap, It was like,
Trinkets, right?
And, really badly made stress balls and stuff. No, it's like everything from jewelry to amazing list of stuff.
Yeah, it's true. To your point, I mean, a lot of people think, it's like keychains or pens or low-priced items, but there's high-end items, corporate executive gifts, awards. You can do things coming up in the holiday season. There's wine and cheese cutlery boards or bottled wines or chocolates. I mean, you can have a logo imprinted on different individual Godiva chocolates, right? And hand them out to your customers.
How many vendors do you have?
It's really, it spans, right? But I kind of want to backtrack, Kevin, to what you said about how large the industry is, because I think when people throw out those numbers as, as a business owner, especially if you're a small business owner, you're like, okay, that's great. People are making $24 billion worth of stuff, and here I am, trying to make payroll, right? But what does that really mean for you and your business? Well, that means that there is a demand, right? And so you want to go where the demand is. And kind of circle back to our original point, is that if you can tap in, get creative, and really get past the stereotypical products that are associated with promotional products, then you really have the opportunity to create your own little ecosystem.
Pretty low barriers to entry too, right? I mean, the memberships are not very expensive,
right.
And you really, if you join day one, you have access to all the vendors, right?
That's correct. That's a good point. So really I'll kind of just jump in and talk about PPAI. So we're a nonprofit organization, and what we do is we offer not only advocacy for you, but education, trade shows, so that you can get out and you can see what, the trend forecasters are talking about, so you can get ahead of the curve and be really that first point of contact, and that innovator for your clientele and your client base.
Yeah, and just to piggyback what Colette said, I mean, ASI is essentially, we do the same thing. We have our own trade shows, education, and really just help you network with all the different wholesale vendors out there to help you really provide these items to your clients. And we're really there as a hands-on approach, just as PPAI is, to really help you along the way. And really, it comes down to education, right? So
a lot of the vendors only sell through your networks, correct?
That is correct.
That is correct.
I think a lot of decorators may have run into something. They look online. I'd like to order that, and I want to be a customer, and I want your ASI and or your PPAI number, right?
Right.
That's
correct.
The access point, right?
That's
you have
correct.
to have that number.
That's
with
correct.
that, comes discount. It comes, like Kevin said, the networking opportunities. And I'm probably going to get this wrong, but that African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together.
It sounds right.
About?
I'm buying. I'm buying.
But really, that's the power of our two organizations, is that when you don't necessarily have your own platform or your own voice, you can't always tap into the people that you need to rub elbows with, or you can't lobby for yourself like our two organizations can for you, right? And then the wealth of networking that you can do, not only just by being a member and having that number attached when you post on Instagram or you tell somebody that you're a part of an organization. It's almost like being in college. I'm a sorority girl, and going out into the world and realizing that there's somebody who's a part of your organization. There's an instant bonding connection that opens up a whole new avenue for you. And so really, I think that, to your point, Rick, like, it's such a low barrier to entry that it almost does not make sense to be a part of an organization that can open doors unlike no other.
Yeah, and really just to piggyback again, the PPAI number or ASI number, what that really does is establishes that credibility
Sure.
in the eyes of all the different suppliers out there, that you are a reseller of these ad specialty products.
And they're going to give you materials, right? I mean, everything from a catalog imprinted with your name on it.
With your logo.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a pen company. You can have my company's mirror image. If I want, I can have a mirror image pen catalog. It's all coded, and then, the end user thinks I sell pens. I mean, I'm shocked how many times they think you're actually making them. I don't ever say that, but they just assume it. And a world of resources to sell these things.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
websites,
really the
search sales agent for these
Correct.
factories, right?
The power of positioning, right? And it instantly adds value to your brand.
100%.
I mean, the markups are typically 50 to 100%, right? And then a lot of people have difficulty with pricing. Really, a lot of the vendors tell you what you should be charging, right? Everything from the setup charges to the final volume prices at the different levels.
The most important
correct?
thing is, yes, you're getting everything at the lowest price point out there from the supplier with your ASI or PPAI membership or affiliation. They are going to give you a suggested retail price, what they recommend you sell it at. So going on that, you're generating 40, 50% margins on average going with that, which is very, the pricing is very feasible in the marketplace. It's not like it's priced way above where it should be. And you have flexibility as well to even charge more, less. It's really up to you because we receive no percentage of what you sell.
So a couple things other I want to touch on here. One is, I was, talking about the stereotype. There's actually like whole sustainable sections at your shows, right? So if you're going to promote your business, which most people are, it's not just crap.
Correct. It is not.
And then also it's a little daunting. I mean, I think if I knew nothing about it and it was like, there's a million vendors that sell to you. Well, I don't know. How am I going to find my way? You both have search engines that people can use to find these products, right?
That's correct. It's all online, internet-based. It allows you to, it's kind of like the Google of the industry, if you will. It weeds out everything. So it really funnels down exactly what you're looking for, or more importantly, what your customer's looking for, so you can get them a quick quote right away, because as you know, your customers want everything yesterday, right? So time is of the essence. Very efficient way to source and find everything right at your fingertips.
What's your search called?
Our search engine is called ESP.
Right, and then you have one as
And
well.
we utilize Sage.
Right, yeah. So it's basically also search by different criteria. So if you wanted USA made, or you wanted
sustainable,
wanted,
whatever parameters, you just put it in there, and it does all the work for you. It really is really simple. It's like Promo for Dummies. You know that book.
You can create presentations for your clients. It has a whole email marketing campaign, so you can promote these items to your clients. Built-in CRM. It really has everything you need, and it's really just a platform online. Nothing you need to download that really we can train you on, but it's very, very simplistic, very efficient way to find it.
And again, adds that credibility, especially if you're a small shop. To have these beautiful digital presentations created with your brand or your client's brand instantly, and then you can send that over. How much of a rock star do you look like, right? And you're like, oh yeah, it took me and my marketing team forever, and really you just like typed it in, right?
Plus,
but it's
also,
a great tool.
If you are a storefront or have clients, walk-in business, you can get free samples of all these products from the vendors. They're more than willing to send you free samples, because if that's going to help you sell their product line, it's like a drop in the bucket for them. So this allows you to have a certain display of certain items you may want to showcase, and your customers can test out the quality just like yourself, and it might help you drive in more requests for these particular items.
So if you don't get samples, the other is to go to you have various shows, both of you, that people
Yeah.
can go and look in person, right? The vendors are. You have are they regional, national? What kind of shows do you have?
So there are regional associations. We have a we have a show, and it is one of the largest in the industry every January in Las Vegas. So coming up there, you can celebrate the new year, ringing the new year with some promo at Mandalay Bay. But it's pretty magnificent because all of these distributors and suppliers come together, and it really allows you to be in it, to see what's going on, what's trending, get education around not only the product, but the industry. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, I agree. I mean, in ASI, we actually have 3 shows a year. Orlando, Florida. We'll actually be here in Fort Worth the very end of January, this upcoming 2023 calendar year, and then Chicago around mid-July. Just like Colette said, it's a great opportunity to really interact with different vendors out there. There's education, and really allows you to network.
Also have regional associations, right? Aren't there groups of promotional product people that do band together also and have their events in the regions?
That is correct.
There's one in New England, I know, right? They have their own events and their own trade shows, and typically they would be the ASI and PPAI members, right?
Right.
Most likely, yes.
On
yeah.
a smaller, on a bit smaller scale. I do have to also say, if kind of to the point, like when you have a client or you have a storefront and somebody wants to come and touch and feel and experience the products that you are promoting or the promotional products that you are utilizing, it kind of accelerates that know, like, and trust factor with your clientele, right? And one thing that we just recently did last week was we offered that to our members for their clients so that they could come and experience that in a way that they haven't before, so that promotional products is like an education barrier. Like, I'm kind of new to the industry, and it took me a while to kind of like figure this beast out. And so I think it's really important to also not only educate yourself, but also educate your clients on why it would be important to tap into that for their businesses as well.
100%. I mean, honestly, if you're doing embroidery or screen printing and so forth, you're doing promotional products. Apparel is the number one promotional item out there. People don't realize that. They think if they do T-shirts or hats, like, oh, we don't do promotional products. Well, you actually do. So why not offer everything else that falls into those categories so you can actually help your customers out with other size orders?
So, a lot of times I tell people they should get into it for a few reasons. One is they're already doing artwork usually. They already have a customer base. It would be rare that someone only wants T-shirts or hats, that they would want other things. Are there other reasons that, I guess if they're business people, right, that helps. That's a good start. And it's not all giant companies, right? I remember it used to be maybe only 1,000 out of 25,000 were over $5 million or something, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of small to medium-sized businesses that ASI really brings in. There are those larger corporations that might have X amount of sales reps selling it every day, but for the most part, it's 1 or 2 person shops, and it's a nice add-on. If you're even looking to buy additional equipment, this might be a quicker way to drive in that revenue so you can actually afford that, right? So it's just a nice offering because you have that customer base already. So most likely, like Rick said, if they're coming to you for T-shirts or what have you, most likely they're also buying other items, just not through you. So it's really important to communicate that to them, that you can offer this, because they already feel comfortable, have that rapport with you already. And most people would like to go to one person for everything rather than go to 2 or 3 or 4 different people to get what they need.
I agree.
All right. So, anything else you want to say before I open to questions?
No, does anybody have any questions in regards to the industry?
They're all shy.
No? Well, I will say, though, if you are in this industry and you're thinking like, well, what's in it for me? Or, why I'm already doing the promotional products thing, kind of. I think it's really an opportunity to really do an assessment of where you want your business to go and really tap into that entrepreneurial spirit and really get creative, because you don't have to do it the way it's always been done. And so I do know you kind of said, you kind of alluded to promotional products have, being the stuff that you get that's not really, gets thrown away. And that's really not the case. So if you just take the time and when you're deep diving, really get creative about how you can do what you're already doing, bring in promotional products, package it in a way that is new and fun and exciting, you can market the heck out of anything, right? So you don't have to just follow the same old trend. Get creative, and you will see with the tools, you will see your business really take off. It's my opinion.
I think it's funny that people only see it as sort of advertising, but it's really a much bigger industry. I mean, if you're in band merch, bands want other stuff besides T-shirts.
Yeah.
And they're going to go somewhere else if you don't provide it. I mean, you can get all kinds of stuff.
You want to be the concierge,
Yeah.
You just want to be able to provide and be that one-stop shop. Because, who wants to go? What client has time to go source what you don't have in 5 different places, rip and run across the city? I mean, gas prices are coming down, but they're not coming down that quick. Why not give people a reason to keep you front of mind? And that is how you do it. You really bundle and you really take a hold of it with promotional products.
And promotional products have a very long shelf life. Think about T-shirts that are imprinted, or pens that you use, or calendars you have throughout the year, hats. I mean, think about how the longevity of these items. So people like promotional products because they're useful, and you can actually keep them for certain reasons. So there's always going to be a need for promotional products. Mm-hmm. Why not have them come to you and request them, and you can actually provide that service to them?
That's funny. Sometimes I didn't fly with it, but on my keychain, I have a box opener. It's got a little nub that opens the middle of a T-shirt box without cutting the shirt, and has a little tiny blade, and you cut both sides. And it's from Sanmar, actually.
There
so
you
I
go.
look at Sanmar every day because I use that thing every single day. And I've given them out, and all the people I give them to use them every day.
Yeah.
So they can be very usable items.
Think about things in your house. I mean, just when you go home today, think about what you have around the house that has a logo on it and how long you've had it. I mean, it's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
You're touching promo every day, and you probably don't even know it. And especially because promo the industry, I think itself, has elevated because of the feeling that it's not useful or it's just throwaway. And there are some beautiful, high quality products out there that are promotional products. And I guarantee you're wearing one. You're probably carrying one in your bag. You touch promo every day and you don't even realize it. And subconsciously, that company, that logo that's imprinted is top of mind for you. Because even if you can't think, oh, where's my Yeti water bottle? You could probably bleep that out. Sorry. But you know what I mean? But you're thinking, and that's what's coming to top of mind. It's not like, where's that water bottle? It's like, where is that blank water bottle? That logo, that product, that company, right? And so it's really powerful in so many ways.
It really is.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Colette.
Yeah.
How about a hand? And both of you, can you hang around a couple of minutes, or also you have booths if people have shy questions to ask?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
I want to thank our
you.
sponsors, Impressions and Kitchen.com. Check that out. Alpha Broder, Los Angeles Apparel, and you can read the others up there. All right. Thanks for coming.